What's going on? Derek here, back for another YouTube video. I haven't been behind the camera. It's been like a month already. And that's just because I apologize for that. Video slowed down a lot because I was in class and I finally graduated, so class is over. So videos are going to be back, cranking them out again. I know nobody cares about that, so we're skipping through it. But today, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting drop shackles on my Duramax. I was filming. I filmed I graduated like a week ago, so I was filming a video right after class, and I was gonna level my truck back out because a lot of you guys know like my truck's been raking like really bad, and it bugs the crap out of me. So I go to crank the keys back up, and the truck still sat like an inch lower in the front for some reason. I don't understand why it was doing that, but it is. So I got leveling keys, which are literally sitting right here. So these are some leveling keys I got from ReadyLift. Now, I know you don't really need leveling keys. You can crank the stock keys, but I got them anyways. I was like, you know what, I'll get them. And some people say it helps the ride out a little bit because, you know, when you crank the torsion bars, the ride sucks and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows, especially if you're watching this. So I was like, okay, I don't even want to deal with it. So I got those. I was like, it's like $100 and something bucks. So I ordered them, threw them on, cranked them all the way up. Truck wasn't even level perfectly. Like I said, it sat about an inch lower than the rear. In the front, it sat an inch lower, which to a lot of people, they might not care, but that just bugs my OCD and it just doesn't work for me. So I was looking into a bunch of options of what I could do, but then I figured out my brother had a Duramax. He told me, he's like, dude, it's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. And I was like, I know, I've had them pretty cranked up before. I know how it is. And then I kind of started looking into it. He's like, dude, I had drop shackles. Why don't you think about using drop shackles to lower the rear to level it out with the front instead? So I was like, dude, I don't really know why I don't do that. So I looked into it because at first I didn't want to be all low life in the dirty. So I was like, all right, let's look into it, this and that. Found out they're cheaper than the leveling kit. So what sucks is though is I had that for so long and I bought it before class and I was never able to put it in. So I waited a bunch of time, put it in, they don't work, so now I'm stuck with them. So if anybody wants these keys, let me know. So we got the drop shackles, which I got to show you. They're in my room over here. What's up? On the vlog. There's my boy Jaden right here.
You got a microphone mount now?
Yeah, dude. That's a pretty setup. This is Griff. You've seen him. This is Painter. This is Painter guy.
Gentlemen.
And by the way, I was gonna show you these real quick. These are the actual shackles themselves. You can see Belltech. I'm gonna try to put one of the Amazon affiliate links down below. I have no clue how to do that, so I'm gonna try to figure that out. But that way you kind of know what you want to get or know what to get. If you don't, there's the model number. These are the 64-100s. So these are actually a 2-inch drop shackle. I originally got 3-inch ones, but then realized I didn't want to go that low. So these are the 2-inch. 6400-100. So this is what we're throwing on. We're messing with the noise feature on this thing, and these guys keep stopping it mid clip. But so I parked the truck. I backed it into the garage now, so that way we're not sweating in 250-degree weather. So I backed it in. I jacked up the rear. I put jack stands right where the frame ends, right here. So I put it there, so that way the tires are off the ground. And then, yeah, they're barely off the ground, so I don't know if I have to go higher. We're gonna figure that out. But and then I just have the jack underneath the pumpkin or underneath the differential, so that way I can play with the height of that. And then pretty much the first thing is when you're doing this, what's really annoying is that this would be a lot faster of a job if it wasn't for this hitch mount. But this hitch mount blocks right here. There's a bolt right here that this hitch mount blocks. You can't get the bolt out because of this being here. So you have to take the whole hitch receiver off. So I'm gonna do that first. There's a few bolts. One right here, some right here. Just gotta take those off, drop this hitch receiver down. It's pretty simple. And then once that's off, we'll go to the next step. The install is going great. We already snapped my adapter for my impact. And then we have a bolt that is stuck inside the socket. So far, we're doing great. taking the stupid hitch receiver off. And then, yeah. Uh-oh. Lost.
Nothing in there now.
That thing in there.
You see it in there?
Yeah, that's part of what I pulled out.
Can see? Sheared right off. See that, boys? Like, what's the situation behind getting that out?
I tried that.
Boom.
Oh, it was in the center?
So see, that snapped off. And the thing is, I have bad luck with these, dude. This is my third thing. Because the problem is I'm having this is a 3/8 adapter to a 1/2 inch. So I have to use this thing.
Yeah.
And it's just weak. Actually, no, this is just what you have to use, but they break all the time. It's annoying. But whatever, we're getting through it with hand tools, boys. All right, y'all, what's going on? We just got all the hitch stuff off, or the hitch receiver off, which is easy. There's like 6 bolts for that. Boom, 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 clap-a-lop, done. Now you come over here, and this is now we're taking, so yeah. So you see right here, this is the stock shackle, all right here. And pretty much there's 2 bolts. And what you got to do is take this bottom one out first. Thank you, Griffin, because I was stumped on this for a second. I don't know why my brain was not computing it. But you take out this bottom bolt first. So now, mic difficulties. If we get over here, can you see it better up there now? So you see there's a bolt here, bolt here. Now if this bottom one's free, you can raise the suspension up. Griffin, you want to pump it up? And you can see we got the jack on the diff down there. And now it will pop out of that bracket. And what you got to do is you have to raise it up enough to get above, right up in here, right where the frame, or right where the bed and that piece is. So that way that bolt is in that area. So that way the bolt is up there and it clears it, so you can actually get it out now. Because when it's down here, the bolt's gonna hit here. When we actually put everything back together, I'll show you guys, everybody flips the bolts, so that way the bolt is on the outside and the nuts on the inside. It would make this way easier of a job, but so that's pretty much what you do. So we got the bottom one out, raising it up, now we're gonna get that top one out. What happened is I was explaining to you guys earlier how this thing in here,
I'm gonna light it.
yeah, light it up on that other side. We're gonna put Jane's gonna put a light up there. So you can see right here, try to angle it right. Like that. Okay. So this is the shackle. There's a bottom bolt and this top bolt. So the issue is this top bolt you have to raise. So the issue is you have to raise this. So here's the shackle. I got this side off now. So pretty much what happens is you got to take the bottom of the bottom shackle bolt off, raise the jack up until the leaf spring goes all the way up to the bed. And that will give you about 4 inches of clearance right here to slide that bolt out. Well, the issue is my GoPro won't even be able to get up there because I got my mic on top, but there's a little head of a bolt sticking up right up here from something to do with this. And the issue is also hitting that bolt out is just, I don't really know how to explain what we did.
You can see the bolts if you come over here.
Yeah, if you come here and check that little.
Yeah, no, you use the air hammer.
Yeah, but I'm saying as far as like what was going on. Okay, yeah, you see that? It's right up in there. But you see the clearance is very tiny. But then also, you don't have much room in there to hammer the bolt out because we're trying to hammer it out that way. So we were trying to do it, and the second it goes flush against this bushing, you have nothing to hammer off of. There's nothing left there. So we went through all these different types of options. We went through a bunch of crap, and we're trying a bunch of different stuff. And I pulled this out, which I literally filmed in another video that this saved me before. I put this on the head of the bolt and it just pushes it out. And I just kept hitting the head of the bolt and it moved it out finally. And then boom, it popped out. So I also sprayed some PB Blaster on that bolt because they're always going to be kind of rusted in there, especially when I guarantee if you have a stock truck, these have never been taken off. But there's the stock shackle right there. That's stock. These are the Belltechs. And now we're going to get the other side off, which should be easy now that we kind of know what we're doing. And then we're going to start on the other side and get that one off, and then I'll show you guys throwing the new ones back on. But now everything's pretty much just doing everything we just did in reverse. So, all right, so we're getting some live action right now. So this is what's going on. Can you see it in there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm try.
So you can see I
Look on the other
can't.
side, man.
You can see I can't hit it anymore. So now we're gonna. You good?
Yeah.
Lights out.
Just like that. Live action. Yee. Remember that guy we used to watch? Alright, y'all. So, took a little break. Buddies just rolled out of here, so I was talking to them for a little bit, so we lost about an hour, but almost done with the install. I videoed where I actually got the shackles out by doing that whole air ratchet, or this thing, I'm blanking on it, or air hammer ratchet, you know, pressing it out. Put the new ones in, so I'm going to show you what that looks like. And I just put the top bolt in now. So as you can see, that's the new one. That's what it looks like. So I just got that top bolt back in, and now I'm just going to lower it back down, put the bottom bolt in. I have it pretty much lined up. Drop that bottom bolt in and literally put the nuts on, tighten it up, and I'm done with the drop shackles. And then finish putting on my hitch receiver, which is right over there. Throw the hitch receiver back on, and then we'll be good to go. We're done, and then we can see the stance, so the new height. So we're almost getting there, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we finished the freaking project pretty much. Check it out. It's looking pretty rad. Just because I'm a weirdo, I just think it looks cool in there. But they're in, they're done. Top and bottom are both tightened. That's how they look. Like I said, pretty simple. I try to update most of the way through, but I mean, it's a pretty straightforward job. So just slip that top one in, slip the bottom bolt in, and then I'll put the nuts on and tighten it up. So this side's good, and can't really see it over there, but that side's good. So now I'm just literally going to start throwing on all the just the hitch receiver. That's going to take me 10 minutes. I think for the reveal, I'm going to wait for tomorrow, just so it's already getting dark out. I want to drop it down, get the height right in the front like I wanted to do with the torsion bars, and then I want to do some beauty shots. So I might have to hold out, edit this tomorrow, and put it up, but we'll see kind of what happens. So yeah, guys, I'm going to keep updating when I finish a job and I drop it. Maybe I'll show a little sneak peek of like the rear of how much it dropped down. So we'll see. All right, y'all, what's going on? This is the next day now. Again, I'm trying to make an update on what the truck actually looks like now with the drop shackles on the truck. When I finished the install, it kind of got too late, and then the next day what I wanted to do is get the truck aligned. I adjusted the front torsion bars a little bit more too, so I kind of got that exact stance that I wanted out of the truck. It could still go a tad higher in the front in my opinion, but it's about where it's at right now. It's about perfectly level, and like I said, this is with the 2-inch drop shackles in the rear and the torsion bars in the front turned up a little bit. So this is what the truck is sitting like now. So it dropped the rear, not crazy. So if you're interested in doing an install on the 2-inch drop shackles but are worried about it kind of looking too low or something, it's not at all. As you can see, it's got nice, it took that from the factory. These things sit high up in the rear, and it just kind of took that like it sticking straight up to the sky. It took that kind of out of the equation. So now it just has a nice level surface to it. It looks good. It's, like I said, not really that noticeable even of a drop, but enough where it just looks cleaner in my opinion. So I'm really happy with it, especially for what you pay for the drop shackles. I think they were literally $70 shipped. Here's a better look. Let me see if I can back way up. There we go. Ride-wise, ride's good. The quality hasn't changed in how they ride or anything like that. So if you're worried about any of that, don't be. Get the drop shackles, throw them on. You won't be mad. That's what it is, boys and girls. So thank you very much for watching. That's going to wrap it up. Like I said, we're going to try to figure out tomorrow. I'm going to be making another video. I got new headlights for the truck and a few other like little things here and there. Got to do an oil change. I got to clean the whole thing. It's filthy. It's super dirty. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that this is my first actual install video, so I hope it went smooth. I hope you can kind of follow it. Get your wrenching on, get these drop shackles in, and enjoy it. Thank you again for watching, and we will definitely be catching you on the next YouTube video. You can have a good one. Take it easy.